Hey everyone, thought I'd just do this update right now. I'm in my extension and it is raining like a bajaning. When I say extension, I mean like a half completed extension. I thought I'd do this update here because of this lovely view. Let me see if you guys can get this. Hang on, see if I can turn the camera around. No, I don't think I can. So guys, I'm just going to turn it. So you get a nice view from my extension, and it's raining and a storm is definitely coming. So I thought it was apt I did this video in here. So guys, if you've not done so already, please like, comment and subscribe. I'm going to try and go live every night at 8 o'clock and see how that goes. But word on the latest from Ukraine is that the Russians are pushing really hard towards this town called Pokrovsk. As I understand it from Ukrainian sources, there have been 164, I believe, contacts with the Russians, and half of those are pushing towards Pokrovsk. So it's going to be really key to see what happens in that direction. Now, for those of you who've been following the channel, you know I keep saying about this town of Pokrovsk. First, we said that this could be the trigger that sends the European Union into Ukraine on their training mission. And remember, when we say training mission, part of training is operational mentoring. Part of operational mentoring is going out on the ground with the troops. So while it can be packaged as a training mission, these guys will be going out on the ground, and they'll be mentoring at the back. And that all comes under training and mentoring, guys. I've done these training and mentoring missions myself, lots of them in Afghanistan. So with the push towards Pokrovsk, what you could see now as an added dimension is and again, this is my speculation, guys, my analysis, obviously go and do your own research. What I would say could be a trigger now would be still Pokrovsk as a trigger, but this could be the trigger to let the Ukrainians use the Storm Shadow missiles. And again, people are talking about the ATACMS, the Army Tactical Missile System. It's not as effective, guys, as the Storm Shadow. It's not as effective as the Storm Shadow or Scalp. Sometimes I use that word interchangeably, guys. It's the same system. So that's what you could see happen in the next couple of days. When they had this meeting, I would suspect that they said, right, if we have this, if we release this, if we let the Ukrainians use the Storm Shadow now inside Russia, it's just going to look like a huge escalation. It's going to look like we're banging the drum. It's going to look like we're warmongering. So what I think they're going to do is they're going to wait for the Russians to make another advance. Guys, they're making daily progress towards Pokrovsk. It's only a matter of time. If you've watched my other videos where I get the warm-up up and I show you guys, literally every day they are making ground towards Pokrovsk. And some of the days, and like in the comments, some of you guys are saying, oh, but they're only making a little bit of progress. Yeah, but that's it. They're making progress every day. They're not going backwards. They keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Remember, we've not yet seen Vladimir Putin's... I want to use the word revenge, but I don't think that's the right word. We've not seen Vladimir Putin's retaliation for the incursion into the Kursk region. I think that's going to come very soon with the use of these the FATH, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, the FATH missiles from Iran. And that could happen any day now, guys, because, we Western intelligence has come out and they've said, these things have been delivered. On the home front, guys, there's a lot of, I don't know how embarrassing the British government can get right now. There's a lot of stuff in the media about Keir Starmer letting some guy buy his wife clothes. If he's into that, fair enough. Go and let other men buy your wife clothes. If he wants, let them take her out for dinner. Whatever, whatever floats his boat. Look at him. I'm not saying he's the type of person that would let that happen, but anyway, I'll let you guys make that decision for yourselves. But David Lammy, again, I feel like, sometimes I feel I'm being unfair on David Lammy, but then he keeps dropping himself in it. David Lammy was on TV, I think this morning, and he was, guys, honestly, you can't make this up. David Lammy was on TV this morning saying that the Prime Minister is right to let people buy him clothes because there isn't a budget for Prime Minister's clothes when you become prime minister. Honestly, somebody wrote this. I saw the somebody put this on X and wrote what he'd said, and I was like, no, he did not just say that. Please tell me he did not just say that. I don't know whether he's been drinking the same stuff that Diane Abbott drinks, but it really looks like I don't know what he was thinking when he said that. He then went on to say, the president of the United States, him and the first lady, they get a clothing budget and they get, designers to make sure they always look great. Guys, that's not how it works in the United Kingdom, all right? It doesn't work like that. You must accept that it doesn't work like that, all right? You must accept when you run for office that you may have to, guys, hear me out. This may sound controversial to some people, but if you run for office in the United Kingdom and you want to be the prime minister, you've got to accept that you have to buy your own clothes, all right? If you don't accept that, at some point you're going to have to take your missus to Primark, you're going to have to give her one of those bags and say, right, off you go, love this, 20 quid, fill your boots, If you don't accept that, guys, don't run for prime minister. Just accept it, all right? Don't take money off other... And again, as a man, he's letting some random dude buy his wife clothes. What did that clothes entail? What I mean, we can define clothes as a lot of stuff, did she have... Guys, I'm not going to speculate anything on there. I'm just saying it's a bit weird that a man... Well, do you know what, guys? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say a man didn't let another man buy his wife clothes. Keir Starmer let another man buy his wife clothes. Guys, absolutely wild. And then David Lammy to come out and say this on TV. Guys, honestly, I thought we was living in a parody. Some of the things that are getting said and some of the things that are getting done at the moment, it's just absolutely insane. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. The jux of this video is there's huge movement in Ukraine right now. The Russians are pushing really hard towards Pokrovsk. They're taking ground every day. I think this could be a trigger that lets the Ukrainians use the Storm Shadow to strike targets in Russia. If that happens, I've done videos and said what Vladimir Putin's response would be, in the sense that he would declare this as an act of war with NATO. Guys, I'm going to try and get live every night at 8 o'clock. I think 8 o'clock's a good time because you guys that are in the US, you guys can view as well. I'll be answering your questions in real time. Remember, guys, all right? No, tell me somebody else who answers real-time questions on war, on the state of the country. They don't do it because they don't know what they're talking about, all right? They will read a pre-written script. They will go off a script or they will go off an article and they won't deviate. Guys, I know what I'm talking about because I've been in this sphere for the last 24 years. I've been in those corridors, when the people come out and have their meetings. And again, just if you don't know, the real meetings happen in the corridors. They don't happen in the meeting rooms. Sorry, guys, my hand is getting a bit weak. I need more gym time. The real meetings, when you go to on these, for example, when Biden and Keir Starmer met the other day at the White House, the real meeting didn't happen in that meeting room where they were all there having toast or whatever it was. The real meeting happened outside, where there will have been a load of people all queuing up and you just get mobbed. People will be, you'll find the Oppo. So, for example, if I was there and I wanted funding for Project X, I would get the opposite person who would agree to it on the other side. I would then wait for whoever it was, whether it be David Lammy or the other person, and then you go and press grang them. You're like, right, David, we've got this, and this. Can we do it? We've got everybody here now. All we need is you to say yes and give the nod. Then David Lammy will say yes or no. And that's where the real meetings happen, guys. It happens out there because there's no minutes. Nobody's taking notes of what's happening. Sorry, guys, my hand is shaking. I do apologize. Yeah, it happens out there because nobody's taking notes. Nobody's taking minutes. It's not recorded. Whatever's said in those doors is said in between those corridors. And you've heard the phrase corridors of power. That's where it comes from, guys. Corridors of power. Anyway, guys, I am going to mag to grid. I'll try and get you guys another video later on today. And I will be live at 8. I will see you there.